the JTV Caribbean News. I am Sean Rose. The Dominica government says it will not accept same-sex marriages, insisting the island will not follow other countries in doing so. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit said his government will never allow for the state to recognize same-sex marriage in Dominica. He said if other countries want to do it, that's a matter for them, but there are certain guiding principles that his government must follow. A local group, Minority Rights Dominica, has been calling on the government to re-examine the Sexual Offense Act of Dominica as it relates to buggery, claiming that the legislation discriminates against people because of their sexual preferences. The group said they are asking that everybody be treated equally, adding that it was still awaiting correspondence from Prime Minister Skerrit. But the Prime Minister said while he is willing to meet with Miridom to discuss the matter, he doesn't think any one group should impose any views on another group. Hundreds of acres of farmland in the southern parish of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica were destroyed by a fire last Saturday. The massive blaze in the community of Malvern in the parish razed approximately 600 acres of land and damaged property as well as farm supplies. Firefighters tried to contain the blaze as it threatened neighboring communities. Harry Clark of the Black River Fire Station said a cattle farmer in the area reported that someone lit a fire, and because of the severe drought conditions and high winds, the fire spread rapidly to adjoining areas. Like most of the island, sections of St. Elizabeth, known as the Breadbasket Parish, have been grappling with drought conditions. Drought conditions were projected to impact Jamaica over the next 3 months. Water Minister Robert Pickersgill said the Jamaica government will have to truck water to hospitals, schools, public institutions, and communities that are severely affected by the drought. More than 150 buildings, including a school and a hospital, were damaged when strong winds and rains associated with a freak storm swept through many districts in Suriname last Sunday. Disaster officials say the storm uprooted trees and power lines and destroyed crops as it made its way through the capital Paramaribo and other areas. Suriname's National Coordination Center for Disaster Management said it had sent relief workers to assist victims and assess the damage. The community of Nikiri and other areas close to the border with Guyana were hit hard. At least 4 people were reported injured by flying zinc sheets from roofs. Suriname officials say this is the 4th time in 2 years that Nikiri suffered an ordeal like this. Only this time the winds were stronger and the storm took longer to pass. The Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago has requested Digicel to refrain from blocking customers from using third-party Voice over Internet Protocol, or VoIP, while it conducts an investigation into the matter. The Irish-based telecommunications company recently informed its customers that they would no longer be allowed to use VoIP, which is used for voice communications and multimedia sessions over the Internet. The move blocked Digicel customers in Trinidad from utilizing Viber and similar internet services. Trinidad's Telecoms Authority, in a statement issued July 8, said it requested that Digicel consider its position. The statement says while the authority has made no determination or decision in the matter, they believe that the maintenance of the provision of these services in the interim period would be in the best interest of all stakeholders and would allow the authority time to review the matter. Digicel said it has considered the authority's request and is willing, in light of the authority's commitment to carefully review the matter, to accede to the authority's request in the interim period while preserving its rights in relation to the matter generally. The other telecommunications company in Trinidad, the Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago, said while it would not comment on Digicel's decision to ban the VoIP, it describes the service as an inescapable feature of modern telecommunications that is comparable to email and games. And finally, in the regional news segment, a new study has found that the dramatic decline of Caribbean coral reefs can be reversed. The study has also found that Caribbean corals have declined by more than 50% since the 1970s, but according to the report, restoring parrotfish populations and improving other management strategies, such as protection from overfishing and excessive coastal pollution, could help the reefs recover and make them more resilient. With only about 1/6 of the original coral cover left, the study finds that most Caribbean coral reefs may disappear in the next 20 years, primarily due to the loss of grazers in the region. The report shows that while climate change has long been thought to be the main culprit in coral degradation, the loss of parrotfish and sea urchin, the area's two main grazers, has in fact been the key driver of coral decline in the region. The loss of these species breaks the delicate balance of coral ecosystems and allows algae on which they feed to smother the reefs. The study also shows that some of the healthiest Caribbean coral reefs are those that harbor vigorous populations of grazing parrotfish. These include the Gulf of Mexico, Bermuda, and Bonaire, all of which have restricted or banned fishing practices that harm parrotfish, such as fish traps and spearfishing. The study is urging other countries to follow suit. Reefs where parrotfish are not protected have suffered tragic declines, including Jamaica, the entire Florida Reef tract from Miami to Key West, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. For the JTV Caribbean News, I am Sean Rose.
And coming up next on JTV News, Sean Rose sits down with cultural icons Eileen Parsons and Mariette Foy to hear about their fond memories of traditional festival practices.